Gorsh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey, Aline.
Aline. And good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
How's it going for you?
Oh, it's going okay. It's going okay. You missed Buffy being adorable. Like, she didn't do her usual going towards the food bowl thing. She like came in here.
Yeah.
And just lay down on the rug and rolled over.
Oh.
Hey, Rabbit.
I am going to be doing a bit more boarding today.
For which thing are you boarding?
For the collaboration, the Grumps collaboration thing.
Awesome.
Yes. Normally I would do this in Storyboard or Photoshop, but since my computer's been difficult, I'm going to do it in Toon Boom instead.
Oh, okay. Straight into Toon Boom.
So I'm just going to do a few ideas of the kind of things you could do in certain sections. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just for funsies and to start planning.
That's cool.
Because I could go straight into boarding.
Have you worked in Toon Boom like that before?
No, I normally do this in Photoshop.
Okay.
But Photoshop's being strange since the Windows update.
Ah, got you. Yeah.
I could go straight into boarding, but that implies I already have a very strong idea of what I'm going to do, which I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes more sense to do some rough explorations first of the kind of framing I could have, or the kind of moments you could put in there.
Okay. Yeah, you're the pre-boarding brainstorm phase.
The kind of board exploration phase. You don't want to go straight into boarding, or you kind of pen yourself into the first idea.
Or without board exploration, you'll just have boring exploration.
Nice. That was awesome.
Thanks for the confidence boost. What are you saying, Buffles? Is that a crumb? She's really...
Oh no. Ellie says the sculpture that she fell in love with is on sale. I feel like this is fate.
So not much, but I feel like this is... Not much is the deal. Okay, I got you. But it disappeared from the net for a while, so I thought I missed their chance to get it.
It went dark. That's hilarious.
They'll find Aline.
Well, Aline, I suppose you have to do it, because you have no choice.
They'll find Aline in her flat with no other possessions but the statue.
Yeah, and she'll be happy. She'll
cackling.
Be laughing.
Yeah, she'll be cackling.
Aline, you should have it. You should have it. I believe you deserve nice things.
But only one nice thing. That sculpture.
That nice thing. And then you're done for the rest of your life.
You paid your dues. You have many possessions, but you'll need to sacrifice them. Sacrifice them on the altar of the statue. So I took my laptop away from my desk, which means I can't listen to music now without going to get it. That's poop. That's rubbish. Well, you guys will just be able to put on your own music behind this. Whatever you want to listen to, make it your backing track. If you want to listen to music at all. I'll just listen to the subtle sounds of Swifty drinking tea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just listening to the subtle sounds of the soundtrack that I'm working to. So I would know what was going on in my segment. What did you say? I've been gone for about a minute and a half.
I know. I said that I don't have any songs playing because my laptop's down there and I was using that for audio.
How's this? Shabba-dabba in the mornings. Welcome to the drawing. This is the best place. Drawing stuff. Drinking coffee.
Have you got coffee?
No.
What?
Having tea.
Misrepresentation.
Sometimes cats are around my feet. Sonic is next to us. Microphone in the middle. I have some matches, but I don't have no candles. I have a pen. Now I'm gonna use it. This is the Adam morning stream.
Beautiful.
And then just get that from the audio and loop it and put it in the background.
Dun, dun, dun,
and now you've got a soundtrack.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think it's very useful, Aline. I've always told you I thought it was useful. Every time. Every single time. I believe in the usefulness of this item. I think it's inspiring to you. You know, it's the same thing as living in a nice place or having a nice workspace. It's like it just makes it easier for you to do the stuff that you want to do and be the person you want to be when you surround yourself by things that make you feel positive.
Yeah, it's a catalyst to all.
That's destroying things, but that's okay.
That's her purpose. What are you listening to?
I wasn't listening to anything. That's the tune from the section I'm doing. I may be slightly getting it wrong every single time, but I haven't heard it in a while, so you know. Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi there. How's it going?
Every time I lean down to pet her, she thinks I'm getting up. So I'm just gonna let you.
You're just gonna not pet her ever again?
Yeah.
That's so mean. That's so mean. I'll pet you. Patter, 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 patter.
You were in such a huff last night.
Yeah, well. I was wanting to pet someone and someone was ignoring me.
I had the good pets.
So they're both meant to be sat on the top of the piano. I feel like I should have something on top of the piano. I just haven't used Trello before, Savio, so it made no sense to me to use something that I guess I'm used to using. You know? So I just used the calendar because it seemed the easiest, because a calendar was what I wanted. And so a calendar is what I got. But I'd be interested in learning Trello if it's super useful.
Would you?
Yeah, I'm always up for learning new scheduling tools.
I've used Trello in the past.
I know you have. I remember you were using it for game development.
Yeah, I'd be up for using Trello. Like, the cool thing about Trello is you can also have public Trellos as well, so people can watch what you're developing and what you're working on. You could have like a Patreon Trello.
Maybe we could have a Trello for the next big project that we're doing.
Yeah.
The one which you know and I know, and that we're going to have a meeting about today.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No.
We could set up tasks in that if you want for people.
That makes sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool.
Okay, Savio, we'll check it out. Thank you.
Hey, Buffalo. No.
How are you anyway, Savio? Hey, Buffy. Oh, hey you. She's so adorable. I love her. You're too lovable. How come cats are lovable even when they are complete bastards? Like, they're just shamelessly themselves. They don't try to be nice to you or nice for you.
And maybe it's the honesty.
Yeah, and yet I feel like I have to, like, try to be a good person all the time in order to be nice and kind to people so that I make a good impression. And yet cats are just like, fuck it, and yet they're the most lovable things ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very fair now, does it?
Well, they're just kind of true to their nature, like wagging their tail and smacking the mic.
Even when their nature is to destroy.
Aline thinks they have crazy charisma. Has she done that yet?
Sadly.
Yeah.
She has, but it makes more sense for her to do it now. Do it now. Just sit me. Come on, you.
You can do it.
It's like she doesn't even register as a place she can sit unless you put her up there yourself.
Yeah. Savio just said, I've been playing video games for 2 weeks and realised it was a total waste of time.
Oh, Savio, I'm so sorry. You've reached that stage in your life, the point of no return. Every creative person at some point reaches this stage. But they realise the thing that they really love doing isn't as productive as working. And suddenly all the joy is sapped out of it and they can no longer do it without feeling bad.
Yeah,
it's
you can
awful.
do it in small bursts as a reward.
I was hoping that it would last longer for you and you could have more joy. Just enjoying playing. Because that in itself is valuable. But it's too late for us now.
Anytime you see that I've stopped drawing, I'm just stroking
Started
the cat.
petting.
Yeah. Oh, she U-turned on me.
Because she's coming over to the India side. Yeah. Welcome to the dark side.
Hey, Harley.
Fun and games. She's just bouncing between us.
I will convince you to stay. I will convince you to get warm. Maybe if I have a cushion. Aha, we found another path. Oh. Oh.
She's just trying to make you worry. You know that cat is indestructible.
No. She's not indestructible.
Why is drawing so hard?
Because it's worth it.
Because it's worth doing. And nothing worth doing is ever easy. That's what I tell myself. Honestly though, I don't know. It just is. Because it's every time you make progress, you see the next place you need to go to get better again.
I think you can always see farther than you can achieve.
Yeah, that's true. Considering how long Aaron's body is down to his butt, he should be way taller than Dan right now. Since they're both sat down at the piano. and in my designs, Dan's legs go all the way up
To where?
to his neck.
Oh wow. Imagine if humans were just heads with like neck stalks, but the neck stalks split in two and they were just legs.
Where would we put all our organs?
They'd just be
In our mouths.
in your legs. So you'd just be like a
We'd
head.
have really lumpy legs.
I guess you would have like rib cages, but they would be in your thighs.
I think you probably wouldn't have rib cages if you were just legs.
No, you would, because you need somewhere for your organs. You'd just be like this.
How should Aaron feel when he goes into think of his butt right now? I wasn't thinking specifically of his butt, to be fair, Hardick. I think that's you projecting. But honestly, he should feel honoured. Like, I hope that he's getting a warm feeling right now. He's like, people are thinking of my butt. People are thinking of the length of my torso and how that would visually be represented if I was sat at piano next to someone with a shorter torso than me. Such is life.
I didn't really think this through because, like, if your legs were at the top, like, if your neck just split into legs, your face would be in your crotch, or it would be the crotch area.
Maybe you have the crotch area at the back instead.
Maybe.
I feel like we're playing God here. We're designing humans the way they should have been designed. The ultimate human. Get rid of all that wasteful middle part. Give me only the legs. The most useful part of a human.
All you need for running, dancing,
Making friends.
friends.
Ethan should know.
Is he just all legs?
He uses his legs to make friends regularly.
Really?
Yeah, he's got such fantastic legs.
Oh yeah. Did you ever see that?
His butt starts to glow red whenever someone talks about it. Well, then I guess his butt would be glowing red constantly.
He's like Rudolph.
There's always someone talking about Aaron's butt.
Somewhere in the world. Like,
it's a universal truth.
every 2 minutes, somewhere in the world, someone talks about Aaron's butt.
It shouldn't be so fantastic then, should it?
So this is our time slot for Aaron butt mentioning.
It's our shift. We're doing that time.
We're fulfilling our quota.
For the great good. If we don't think about Aaron's butt for this amount of time, then there will become an eventuality when no one is thinking about his butt because we're not doing our job, and it will cause a rift in space-time. So
we have to.
We have to.
Just law.
It's our duty.
I'm doing a sort of like ghostly bear sketch. I guess it's kind of more like the thing that I animated.
Robert has a point.
If we looked at that, how could I have drawn anything? That's true.
You have to prioritize drawing. Like, I want one which is all arms. Arms and eyes, that's all we need.
Arms and eyes.
And a brain, yeah. That's all we need. The perfect human.
How many arms?
The perfect artist. One to hold tea, one for a Cintiq, one to have snacks, one to pet cats, and 2 spare. So 6.
6 arms? Okay. You want to do that? No, me neither.
This is your job.
No, I'm busy doing
You started this conversation.
I didn't. Wait, you did. I did. I opened the floodgates on this.
Yeah, you did. See? That takes responsibility.
Ghostly bear is best bear. It's a tib.
Aileen's buying herself a statue. Yes. And hello, Tibbs.
Hey Tib. How's it going? How's it going, dude?
How's it going, dude?
You're so much better at that than I am. How are you able to channel such... Is it Frank? Is his name Frank?
I don't know.
How can you be so frank?
I'm just frank and open and honest, dude.
I think Buffy is destroying the boxes downstairs.
Buffy, no.
India made her a nest yesterday.
She kind of made it herself and I just helped. You know? We were unpacking and we have a big suitcase and she decided it's a new place.
Rabbit has a proposition.
Hi, propose to us.
It's weird sitting in the silence. It makes me want to fill it. Maybe this is a good thing.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not listening to anything. So whenever there is a gap in us talking, there is an actual like silence in the room, and it unnerves me.
Oh my goodness. I bet it unnerves everyone. I hope you were sufficiently unnerved.
Oh, I think Rabbit's proposition or proposal was that doodle.
I see, Div. I didn't. This is perfect. It's everything we wanted from the Legman, but now with the capabilities to draw.
They have the least number of limbs they could have, and still draw.
Although there's what's she doing? There's a girl who has lost her arm, I think, or she was born without them, and she paints with her feet.
That's true.
So I guess you don't really need your arms.
What a touchy subject limbs are when you really get down to it.
Is that a joke? Because you touch things with them.
It wasn't, but sure.
Like, I was putting myself out on a limb.
You just can't make any No, I got that straight away.
Say you can't make any jokes.
No, I was going to say you can't make any generalities about like everyone has, because not everyone does.
Yeah. You can't make any generalities about anything, though, to be fair.
Everybody does need a bosom for a pillow, though. Everybody needs a bosom.
I know, man. I'm trying to think of someone who wouldn't. Okay, that's fair. Do you know what they're saying in that song, by the way?
What do you mean?
You know the song. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom.
I know what they're saying at that point in the song. Yeah.
Well, the bit where they're like, do 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 on the 45. I've got to do 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 on the 45.
No, I don't know that part.
Because I always sing Extreme Puna Rasha. But I don't think that's what it is. I've got Extreme Puna Rasha on the 45. I've got Extreme Puna Rasha on the 45.
Let me see. Everybody needs a bosom or a pillow.
Everybody needs a bosom.
Lyrics.
Maybe no one's meant to know.
It's actually the title of the song, apparently.
A brimful of Asher.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You see, Extreme Puna Rasha isn't too far off.
No. Gotta And it means...
Elaine! Thank you for the apple and the coffee.
The word Asha, while referring to Asha Bhosle, has another meaning: hope. Many of Asha Bhosle's movie songs were filled with messages of hope that the younger generation looked to heart and dreamed of better lives. The line, "Well, it's a brimful of Asha on the 45," refers to the speed the vinyl spins round at. So they're listening to songs by Asha Bhosle.
They're listening to songs by Asha. So is Asha a musical artist?
Yeah. Her movie songs, or their movie songs, were filled with messages of hope that the younger generation took to heart and dreamed of better lives.
And I always thought they were just going down a road in a car at 45 miles an hour.
No.
Or that they were on a road called 45. The more you know.
And Asha Bhosle is an Indian singer. She is best known as a playback singer in Hindi cinema, although she has a wider repertoire. So there you go.
Have you watched Infinity War? Sadly, not yet. We want to.
Hey Lane. Hello.
God, it smells like a green. I think I smell like a blue this morning.
Okay.
So I'm just doing like little compositions for this collaboration I'm on. If anyone is wondering.
Can you get up here?
Mike's trying to trick the cat.
Can you get up here? There's a Sonic for you to play with. Rabbit's like, this fucking cat's squeaking up a storm.
Yep, it's the 1st of May.
Holy shit.
Happy May Day.
1st of May. 1st of May.
I was joining in.
Yeah.
I know the song.
I know the song too, but we just didn't sing the lyrics together. Get your face. Or get your face.
I never get any attention from Doig getting one of those cats around.
That's not true.
He never tries to get my face anymore.
She snaggled her tooth again.
I can snuggle my tooth.
You have a guy's cat.
We do actually have a guy's cat, because this is not our cat.
Yeah.
This is the cat of the person who lives in this flat.
The flat's cat.
Yes. And lovely, she eats too. Tiny trumpet cat. Yeah. Yeah, if you stopped looking up every time I tried to stroke you, then you would get more than one stroke.
But she wants you to feed her, so she's like, I have your attention now, follow me. I
Happen.
know the way.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, don't look at me like that, no.
You don't know what to type. Cat's a pretty good thing. What are you up to at school at the minute, Savio? Me hearty.
I think last I heard he was doing exam stuff, but if he's been playing games for 2 weeks, maybe that's over.
You want a break?
You know.
So he's resorted to typing memes.
You know the way. Buffy know the way.
To the food bowl, for sure.
You've snaggled your upper lip, Buffy. A little snaggle.
She does this thing, guys, where her top lip gets caught on her bottom tooth, and it makes her look like she's staring, which is really funny. Let's get some shades of grey into this so we can differentiate them. I really like being able to separate planes out by having some kind of mid-tone.
That's a good plan. I'm not feeling this drawing. I don't know where to put the arm. This arm.
What are you up to at the minute?
It's just a bare naked lady warm-up drawing. Eileen's sister just asked her on Facebook if she thought they'd be friends if they hadn't been sisters. And I just answered no. She's not replying.
Do you think you'd be friends with your siblings, Mike, if you weren't siblings?
I'm not friends with my siblings. You heard me.
Do you think they'd be in your life?
I'm very unlike my siblings, so they're not the kind of people I would necessarily have associated with growing up.
You wouldn't associate with them hoodlums.
They're popular.
So what are you?
Unpopular.
I wouldn't say you're unpopular.
Well, you wouldn't. I'm like the most popular person you know.
Exactly. So, yeah, apart from Buffy.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny yesterday. Famous cat.
This is an approximation of a piano. It's not how pianos look, but you know, it's roughly a piano. It's a short composition, so I'm allowed to be a little bit.
Be a little bit daring, be a little bit wrong.
I'm allowed to not make it completely on mono.
Ali knows what I'm talking about. Her sister is super popular. Yeah, like my brothers are like captain of the frickin' rugby team. Popular.
Hello, Space Dad. Good morning.
Hey, Space Dad.
Whoops. Oh, the brushes in there. Team Boom are so annoying. They're so annoying. Like, I'm trying to draw. It's just deciding half the time it's just going to make a circle. And then that's going to disappear immediately after I take my pen off the paper. I'm playing Windows Update for the fact that my erasers are not working. Honestly, sometimes I feel like if my computer would just get out of my way, I'd be able to draw so much faster.
Yeah, I feel like
I spend so much time like trying to get it to work.
should we just like have a new oops, I slipped.
Okay.
Yeah. I was putting my foot up onto the chair so I can sit in my usual way, but I had forgot that the sides of this chair are curved, and I slipped. Yeah, new goal: get you a computer that works better. A new one of the fandangled ones with.
I feel like even the ones which work better though, it's like, oh, I lost pressure sensitivity there. Oh, now I've got 17 updates that it's telling me I have to do. Oh, now I've got 17 pop-ups of it telling me other things I have to do. It's like, if my computer would just like let me literally just turn it on and do art, I would get so much more done. And it says that him and his sister are polar opposites.
Pretty awesome though. Oh, polar opposites. I read the last thing that said sister.
How so are they? Yep. Roxanne, that's Buffy. She's hungry and wants to be fed. And her way of telling you that is just to scream at you.
It's not a. It's a cute scream though, right?
Does that make it better?
Yeah. Well, it's not like she's going. She's like. No, wait, I can't do it. I can't go that high. I've never heard a cat that's quite like that before.
Every cat has a different meow.
Yeah. That's a nice little saying.
It's just the truth.
Just a statement of fact, Michael. Don't get your horses in any of it.
Don't get your horses in a twist.
Yeah.
She's more outgoing, open and confident. Oh well, yeah, everybody's different.
Tibbs is saying, why has she not got food?
Because she has strict times that she gets fed at every day. And since she's not our cat, we're trying to make sure that she stays like on schedule for the person whose cat it is.
We just happen to wake up way earlier than her
breakfast time.
Yeah.
Like normally she gets fed when other people have breakfast, but normally people aren't up till like 10 or 11. So the other day we fed her when we got up, which was like 7 or 6 or something, and she got super duper hungry by 10 o'clock, which is her usual breakfast time.
Yeah. Your cat is beeping. Either about to explode or...
She's a bomb. She doesn't scream like a human. That would be really scary. That's got how it gives my confidence. I'm sure you'll get more confident, you know. I still feel like I'm getting more and more confident.
You were saying that it's more about accepting yourself and just like rolling with it.
Yeah. I think when I stopped trying so hard, it suddenly became a lot easier. Which is, you know, a weird thing, because the instinct is not to stop trying in order to get the thing you want. You know, you're trying because you want that thing to happen. So it's weird that when you don't care, suddenly it's more likely. But
yeah, I think confidence is a relaxation. It's like a form of relaxing into your own skin. Space Dad knows cats that honk. She does kind of do a little clown honk sometimes.
yeah, the cats at my place are the same. But I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with Buffy, but I know that her food is assigned to her by the vet. So I'm not sure if there's specific like problems she might have with eating, where she's on the schedule because of doctor's orders or something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the person isn't around to ask at the minute. But I feel bad because she's always like, oh, food. I think she's addicted to the food though.
Yeah.
As well.
A Steiny raid.
It's like
Whoa.
cat crack.
Yo.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Steiny. For the raid.
Woo.
Hello, peoples.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. We got fun and games.
What is that little? It's just a little smiley face and rockets. Nice.
Rockets to the moon.
Welcome to the Doig and Swift animation breakfast stream.
Yeah.
Or breakfast animation stream.
Where we waffle on about stupid
Cats,
stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And do drawings. And sometimes we animate. Frequently we animate. I'm preparing to animate today by doing some compositions for an upcoming animation.
Steiny says he's been streaming since you left for the night, India.
Oh really? Oh my gosh, you've been going for so long. I left like what, six hours ago or something? This isn't how you draw a glass. There we go. It's like I deliberately did that.
So did you come to bed at around about 2?
It was a little bit earlier than that, I think,
Okay.
but not by much.
I remember you coming and asking me about phone chargers, but I was so out of it.
You were. You gave me no helpful information.
I didn't give you any helpful information until I'd probably woken up and could like actually process your question. Because I was asleep, so you're like, "Where's this?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
9.5 hour stream. But she's done, so you're gonna throw some feedback. Oh, awesome! Do it. That's a long stream, dude. Congratulations on surviving for that long. I can draw wine glasses. I know how this goes. No problem. No problem.
Space Dad is interested in the idea of pet toys that let your pet interact and co-op with you in video games.
Just unknowingly.
Gosh.
Oh, cool. Lovebirds LP. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I have the sound turned off, so I don't hear the alerts, which is probably a bad thing. But I saw that one, so yeah.
Trying to decide where I want Dan's arm to come from. Probably from
From his shoulder, maybe.
from below.
Go conventional, and for once in your life, India, go from the shoulder.
Do you think you draw from the shoulder?
Me, no, I draw from the elbow.
I heard that's bad.
Do you guys want to see a run animation I made? It's the best.
I like it.
Let's see. Acid free.
Oh, thanks, Bloodbird. Are you a Grumps fan? I'm working on a Grumps collaboration, so I'm doing a few compositions that I could use for it.
Check this out, Hardik. I tried to animate a ninja.
Gosh.
I'm wondering if I can have Diane at the piano.
The idea is she's going to be like chased by Grumps behind her. So each one of these circles is going to be like a bouncing, tumbling.
And have him encapsulated by Dan.
That's amazing, Doig. Best face. Come on, I did this in 10 minutes. I just wanted to show India the idea. But yeah, I think
it's really good for 10 minutes.
It's a cool little, like, draw the colors of the legs. Is that deformed image? Yeah. So each one of these is gonna be a little, like, glum creature. So they're gonna be like.
Is this how you draw pianos? Maybe. Who can really say? Is it anyone who knows how to draw a piano? Probably not. Mythical piano. Rarest of all instruments. See. Stanley said it doesn't feedback. I'll go and see. It's loading.
So yeah, the idea I was gonna have is like, if you have like one ball start here, and then it kind of feeds into another one. So in frame 1, purple one goes down, bounces up, becomes the pink one, comes down, bounces up, becomes the green one.
I'm just gonna get it on the screen. It might be a little bit. Oh, I can't zoom out. Hold on. There we go. So let's see. Steiny say. That's not what he says, I'm just looking for it. I thought Sally said something about the work somewhere. I can't find it now though. Damn it. This looks great though, Steiny. I remember you saying that you really liked the fall. And it's really nice. I really like the flompiness of her, like the way that her upper torso is delayed after lower torso. Like the spacing there is really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing this in between. It's super cute. Her walk at the end is really nice too. I think that one of the problems is going to be make sure that the guy on the left, you keep him very like limited, and in terms of his movement, make sure that you keep it very simple, so as not to distract from her. Because the good thing at the minute is that because she's the one who's fully animated, all your attention is on her, and I think it works really well that way. It's always hard when you add the second character in, not to give them enough movement to make them distracting. You want people to keep their eyes on her. So I guess one of the challenges for you will be to try and make sure that you don't give the guy on the left so much animation that people are their eyes are drawn across the screen to him. But this is lovely. Have you seen it, Mike?
I haven't.
I like her design too. Those long sleeves are adorable. Did you want to see?
Yeah, please. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice little scene as well. Like it loops quite nicely.
Yeah, she goes off screen right, and then
she comes on from behind the bush.
Nice. It works then.
It's like she's immediately going back behind the bush as soon as she's gone. She's like, I'll try this again. This is great, Steiny. Really nice. You should be proud of this scene. Feels like you're getting better and better. It's very sad. It's saying, can I help in between clean up mouse shapes and a scrum project? I guess we'll have to see. Things are a bit difficult to organise at the minute because we've got so many projects on. So I think this might be a very panicked morning rush for the next couple of months. But I'll bear that in mind for sure. Sabir, it's probably the mouse scroll. Oh, Sally, we appreciate you too.
I'm doing really fast like experiments here of like having the object just keep moving and repeating. So see the black circles in there?
Yeah.
It's just the same object going through like different loops.
Okay.
I'm trying to create the impression that there's a lot of like bouncing plums behind it.
I wish I could give you some advice on that. I've never done anything like that before though.
I think something I'm realizing is I've got them kind of bouncing uniformly. So to hide that, I think what would be better to do is like if I have like a squish frame here, and then goes up to here, then it's still in the air here. Starts up
That makes me a little bit. Give me more room to draw Aaron. More compositions, I need. More compositions. Let me look into it a little again.
Why is she running from orbs? They're going to be glums, Rabbit. I'm not sure if you've read Draw on the Gloom yet, but glums are like little dark creatures, I guess.
The mouse is becoming a human. Ah. Okay, Space Dad, we'll bear you in mind if there's anything that comes up. What's everyone up to today anyway? How is everyone?
I'm okay. My stomach was just like, whoa.
Yeah, I just heard it. Yes, Danny, you should sleep. Sounds like you've been streaming hard. Hope you had time for foods. I feel like they should have like a little potted bit of flour or something a bit of a flower on top of the piano or something. Yeah. So you should keep drawing people even if it's hard. Just keep going even if they're bad drawings. Just a half an hour a day or something.
Get the mileage up.
What is it?
Just a mess of things behind here. I think it's going to create the impression I want. I just need to do it with more mindfulness.
More mindfulness.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Remember that when it comes to a big mass of things you can simplify?
Yeah. These would just be the ones in the foreground.
Yeah.
Oh, my chat stopped scrolling. Crap.
Oh no!
Sorry, guys.
But now you can't figure out flowing mouth shapes. That's interesting. Yeah, beware the symmetry of mouth shapes. I mean, that's a good point. Symmetry is one thing that is enemy to mouth shapes.
Midge is just like, do not want.
I guess flowing mouth shapes, it depends how the rest of the expression works with it. Like you want to make sure it follows the curve of the face and everything. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, here's a face. A good thing that Glen Keane always does is he opens the face up the one way or the other to what it's looking at. So, most people will draw faces like this. But Glen Keane will open the face up.
Oh, like a squash and stretch.
Kind of, so some people will be like, oh, I'm shocked at something over there. Oh my god. But Glen Keane will be like, holy crap, there's something over there.
Oh.
And to see how everything follows this curve. Like, there's a curve going down the convex of the face as well, which makes it more alive. Also, yeah, doing non-symmetrical mouth shapes. Not being afraid to make things different sizes and stretch them.
Eileen says it's easy to lose structure when trying to open the face to one side.
But I think sometimes losing structure can be a good thing. Because if you prioritize structure over expression, then you end up with stiff looking drawings. And sometimes if the expression is the point of the drawing, even if the structure isn't completely sound, it will deliver the message better and communicate better if you prioritize that.
So it's like believability over realism.
I mean, in animation, you learn very quickly that structure must be maintained, but it can be squashed and stretched and pulled around. The main thing is that you keep the amount of meat or the dimensions the same.
Yeah.
As a volume, essentially, you want to keep the volume the same. But yeah, it's a tricky balancing act for sure.
The removal of the context that you're talking about drawing expressions makes things really weird, apparently, this rabbit.
The removal of the context you're talking about drawing expressions.
Most people are like, whoa, what's that over there? But Glenn Keane is like, wow, what's that there? Right, okay. I get it then. If you didn't know they were talking about it. I need to think about the structure of my bare face a bit more. Like, how is the angle of the head going?
And you probably know about squash and stretch and apply that to faces.
Are you talking to me?
No, talking to Elaine. In terms of having a side squash and a side stretch. And that's it. That's my tips for trying to get flowy mouth shapes. I think following a directional line like this, and also making sure you're not keeping it too straight like this is good. I think it'll help you feel like your mouth shape is more flowy because it's working in harmony with the rest of the face. Does that make sense? Also, maybe try imitating a few different people's ways of drawing mouths. Everyone has different ways of doing it, and sometimes it can loosen you a bit.
Oh, Elaine says she's so happy to get a face lesson on the last stream day.
Oh, I forgot it was your last stream day, Elaine. I've completely forgotten.
No.
I'm sad. No.
Apple taco apples. No. Maybe you can do sneaky. No, don't. I was like, sneaky stream watch. I'm like, no.
Yeah, don't encourage people to be bad at their jobs.
We'll need to keep up the apple basket in your honor.
The Elaine tribute apple basket. Elaine, we'll really miss you too.
I miss you already. No.
Hopefully some days we'll get days off and get to come and hang out. I mean, we'll still all be around the chat and everything.
We're here for you, Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine. So let me just see. Cello and double bass. Aaron is going to be cooking both a cello and a double bass.
Wow.
So let me have a look at these instruments and get some reference. Okay, so that's how you hook a cello. Double bass. Look. They look very similar to one another. Oh, double bass is much bigger. Okay. Looks like you have to stand basically while plucking a double bass because it's so tall.
Oh yeah. You get them deep bass tones.
I like that they look like they are. I like that they look like they're tiny people trying to play a violin.
Yeah, because it's the same sort of shape design in the instrument.
Just tiny people trying to play violins.
Are the tiny people trying to play the strange instruments? It must be a really taxing thing to carry a double bass on your back when you're like...
Look at all these people with their violins.
out in a field somewhere. Are those double basses?
No, the violins are just very small people. Okay. Goodbye, dudes! Oh, he's saying goodbye to coffee doodles.
To doodles, yeah.
Goodbye, doodles.
How's it going, doodle?
Aww. We're gonna miss you, Elaine, when you go. But we still have a good half an hour of stream left. So, it's not yet. It's not goodbye yet.
An hour if you want to make it 2 hours. You don't have to though. We started at 7:30, so we got an hour of streaming left.
Okay.
But we don't have to. I was just optional. Optional. Hey India, I remember you talking about rhythm for timing and animation a long time ago. Something like the boo boo etc. Like rhythm for timing. Can you explain it a little bit, please?
The be boo boo.
The be boo boo method.
Let's see. I have to try to remember what it was I was saying about it.
Shoo-ba-da-bop.
And unfortunately, my terms aren't super descriptive as to help me. I think what I might have been saying is that getting good rhythm in animation is super important. And some people have innate rhythm but don't realise it. I'd say that you're one of those people, Hardik, where you have innate rhythm. For others it's a bit more difficult to, and they have to actually try and program that into their animations because it doesn't come quite so instinctively. But a good way to look at it is if your animation has an interesting rhythm, then it's probably going to feel better and read better to the audience. In the same way that like you are anticipating the last beat, you know what's going to come. You can do that with your animation. So if I was to go ba-dum, you want to go
yeah.
And you can do that with your animation. Like you'll feel certain like people say that comedy is all in the timing. Well, I mean, animation is all about timing as well. And it's the same kind of concept. In the same way you have to wait for the right moment to deliver a punchline to a joke for maximum impact, you have to wait for the right time in your animation to drop a frame or a movement so that it has a satisfying effect. A good way to think about doing that is to vocalize the movements of your animation. So to see them in your head and then to maybe, you know how you do sound effects for stuff? When you're seeing it happen, like when you're a kid and you were playing with toys and stuff, you would do all the sound effects for stuff. It's the same kind of deal with animation. You see the animation playing in your head, and you give the sound effects to the animation.
It's like you're verbally describing the motion or the timing.
Yeah. So, for example, if you were planning out a scene where someone slips on a banana peel, you might be like, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-whoop. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that timing by saying it vocally, you can repeat that to yourself every time you play your animation through and check that the timing is lining up with the sounds that you're making and the timing that you're seeing in your head, essentially. So it's a way to get the timing from your imagination, the way you see the scene, into like an actual actionable vocal audio thing that you can use to time your animation. There's a really good animator who works at Pixar, I think, and what he does is he will get a timeline. I think he worked on Surf's Up actually, so that would be Pixar. That would be DreamWorks.
I think it's DreamWorks, yeah.
But he would get his timeline and he would just tap a rhythm out on his keyboard with the key button, so that he would drop keys every time he hit the keyboard. So he'd press play for a scene and just be like.
That's cool.
And all the keys would drop in the places he'd put those beats.
That's cool.
And then he'd go through and he'd like animate that.
Yeah.
And that would give his scene a nice sense of rhythm. Now he did it randomly and he's very practiced, so he knows how to pull stuff back and change stuff to make it very, very good. But for the rest of us, I think it's really helpful to just visualize the kind of timing you want and then to give it that beat.
That makes so much sense. It's really cool.
Yeah, a variety of beats and rhythms in your animation makes it. Why are you looking at me weirdly?
Because you held my eye contact, so I'm like, oh.
Okay. A variety of rhythms and beats in your animation makes it more interesting to watch. Like, it's boring to watch an animation whose rhythm is. But it's less boring to watch an animation whose rhythm is. So, do that essentially. And if you have to record yourself doing the sound effects,
you could use it as your scratch track for animating as well. I think you summoned her with your banging.
Maybe. So yeah, I hope that was a thing that you wanted me to explain, Hardik. Because if it's not, I'm not sure what it was I was talking about with rhythm and animation. Cat wants to join in with them. So plucking two double basses. How would you do that? Sorry, plucking a cello and a double bass. How would you do that?
How would you do that?
I'm not sure. Hey, come here then. Get some pets. Oh, cool. Yeah, give it a go and let me know what you think.
I think she's just looking at her reflection now.
Let's try something like. Yeah. We're here for your petting pleasure.
Notice me, senpai.
I feel like we should feed her after the stream, even though it's early, because she seems super hungry.
Yeah. Sure. 9 AM. Come and get pets. Come and get pets.
Does it have a name? Yes. It's called Fluffy. Oh, sorry, she's called Fluffy. Fluffy the cat. That's totally how the end of a cello goes. I have to excuse my terrible drawings of instruments. They will be better in the final animation when I'm paying proper attention to the reference. I frame his face between them. Betwixt the instruments!
Betwixt the instruments. I love the word betwixt. It's so cool.
It's Buffy, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. every morning from now on.
Yep.
But yeah, you could have this kind of thing where he's like, hey, yeah. Why don't you come and sit next to us and we can get loads of pets and pats and pots?
It will keep you warm. It must be a little confusing for her though. Like if she's usually like, okay, they're awake. I get food now.
Yeah, I'm sure. For the last time we did that, she got so hungry at like 10. But then I'm like a sucker for cats. So if the cat's ever like, I want it, I'm like, oh, you should just have it. Just take it.
Just take it from me.
Just love me.
How do you personally work out the rhythm of your animations? Do you ever use music?
I'd like to. I mean, that's something I'd really like to try. Is I'd like to just put a music track on that I really like and animate an arbitrary scene to it. Like making things land on the beats to see what it would look like. Don't you think that'd be really interesting?
+1 to Alan's question.
See how it feels afterwards. But I generally tend to feel it out. If I'm having trouble, I would do the sound thing, where I'm like, da da, jibba da da, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, that's the timing I want. Oh, all of this is your friends. No. Only bad things have been happening.
Oh no.
What kind of bad things? I mean, a lot of it is in perception though. Make sure you're not missing your good opportunities by seeing them as bad stuff instead.
You know what I should do? I should just create a new window for the bear lady that's sort of zoomed out, and then I can always have her zoomed out. There we go.
I think I would just act through what I'm trying to draw. Yeah, I think that would help, especially if you're someone who has good timing, like good comedic timing. Then I think you will discover some rhythm through that because you'll see what you do. Oh, your cousins are being jerks. That sucks.
Because above that, Oliver said that their uncle has died and their cousins are being jerks.
Yeah, it's hard to see the bright side of that, I've got to say. Like, that sounds like a bad time, Oliver.
Hey!
Know that we're with you though. And if you ever want to like talk or hang out, you're welcome. Don't feel like you have to go it alone, you've got lots of friends here. Oh, Lane, I'm really sorry to hear that too. That's awful.
Okay, we've learned if you don't pet her for a little bit, she comes and gets them.
Comes and gets pets. Try putting her onto this this little cushion between us, Mike, so we can both pet her.
I'll try.
You can do it.
There you go.
Yeah, you see, this is a better place to be, isn't it? Oh.
Nope.
Oh, she's going. She's going across my keyboard now. Careful. That's a flexible, and you don't want to push that off the table.
Save your work, India. Save your work.
I can't, it's a counter keyboard. Okay, she's gone and no harm done. People we love should not be allowed to die. If only it were that easy.
Wait, what's going on? There we go. Cool. Hey, Buckles. Hey. I've never worked in an environment with a cat before.
It's true, like going into situations thinking that people are going to hate you for who you are is a bad mindset to go into situations with.
Yeah, because it can make you double think or overly cautious.
Mm-hmm.
And people pick up on that even if it's subtle.
Know that there are lots and lots of people who love you for who you are. Aline, you're so insensitive. They'll forget everybody's problems. Yeah, it's amazing how small-minded people can still be.
Yeah, disowning your family is like...
It's a big step.
It's like, yeah, harsh.
I will figure out how someone could play both these instruments at the same time.
There's a guitarist that can play two guitars at the same time, but he does finger picking.
That's cool. People with skills like that, like, I think they're amazing.
So he had like a custom built guitar that's like, it's a big V. It's like that, so you can hold his hands like that and play two.
That's really cool.
I think his name was Michael.
Well, you know, you get to choose your family as well, in terms of the people who you want to hang around with and make part of your life. Like, lots of people I know who have difficult times at home kind of make their own families from people and friends who support them. And that can be just as real a family as your biological family.
Friends are the family you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if we felt a sense of loss for every person that we didn't know, it would like cripple us. I think having that distance and like grief is a sense of loss. So if you don't feel like you've lost anything, it's hard to feel the sense of grief.
Yeah, but you should be honest about how you feel. You know, don't try and make yourself grieve if you're not feeling that. Because it's hard to make real connections with people if you're not honest.
Yeah. See, Buffy's on it. She's like, I'm hungry. Please feed me. She's reaching out.
I know, this one's nice and simple. Like, I think it works. You don't need to know how he's doing it, you just need to see that he is doing it.
Hardy saying Buffy's breaking his cat hate seal with her cute purrs.
Aww. She's gonna double meow too.
It's so high. I woke up this morning and she was like on the stairs waiting for me, and then there's like two kind of parts of the stairs and a landing in the middle, and she just sort of like dropped to the floor and rolled over and looked at me as I was coming up the stairs, and then I gave her a belly pat, and then she rolled over and ran up, and then she ran in here and just did the same thing on the carpet, and I got to like give her a good rubs, and I think she intentionally is adorable in order to like
get food.
Yeah,
she's found it works as a technique.
She's belly pat braving.
What it says, my dog does that too. He'll be lying somewhere and roll over as I get close to him asking for belly rubs.
Yeah. You see, the difference is your dog wants the belly rubs. This cat has an agenda.
Although you're at a time in your life when you're about to strike out and go find your own path. So don't worry, you're going to find friends along the way who appreciate you for who you are.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be tied to home, that's for sure.
It never really made sense to me for parents to like enforce a particular way for their kids to be. I always felt like parents should be like supportive, like guides almost, I guess, like rather than ordaining or like saying you have to be this, this, and this. Like, so what do you want to be? Okay, I'm going to help you support you to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure that's everyone's ideal, but being a parent is hard, I think.
I think they're just afraid.
Well, you spend a lot of parenthood, like the first couple of years of parenthood, you're basically just keeping your kid alive, despite their best efforts to do anything and everything they can to get themselves into danger.
Yeah. That must wear on the nerves.
Yeah, you know. I think it's just parents being protective but not wanting anything to happen, and the great degree of control they feel they have over you. the more they feel able to prevent anything which could happen or go wrong.
You were saying the other day of some parents seem to autopilot to telling their kid to stop doing something, regardless of what that something is. If the kid is like exploring something that is unfamiliar,
Yeah,
stop that, don't do that.
it annoys me. Like, a lot of parents would just be like, stop it, on default. Even when the kid is like doing nothing that's harmful to anyone or themselves. Because I think they're just so used to saying that when they are a certain age, and like literally every 2 minutes you have to be like, no, please, no, don't do that, no, don't do that, that they just continue to do it but fill in the void of whatever the kid's doing without actually thinking about whether what the kid's doing is harmful or not. And it just means that the kid doesn't get to explore or do anything because just constantly being told to sit still and be quiet.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, it's a shame not to encourage a kid's imagination and inquisitivity.
Do you know what used to annoy me growing up? Was my one of my parents would tell me to behave before we got to like visiting relatives and stuff. Like she'd be like be on your best behavior, like kind of not the whole children are seen and not heard sort of thing, but like just you better behave sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing you should know about me is I behaved by default. Like I would just sit there and just be bored out of my mind and I wouldn't do anything. I would just be like, you didn't need to tell me to behave. So it annoyed me to be told to behave.
No, I get you. It's like my parents would always, like, I would get something, like a present from someone or something new, and I would be like about to get into the car with it or leave the house with it, like to go somewhere with my parents,
and
or I'd be about to take it upstairs and they'd be like, don't break it. I'd be like, I wasn't gonna break it. Like, I like it.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me not to break it? That wasn't my plan.
I'll show you how unbroken it'll be. Yeah.
But it always felt like a sign that they didn't trust me. Anywho, I'm sure that I would be an awful parent though. Like, I'm sure I'd be like just do exactly the same things. Because as hard as it is to be a kid, it must be really, really hard to be a parent. You know, I feel like we should cut them a bit of slack.
Yeah, with all the emotional hang-ups we have, they have the same ones. Or similar ones.
I think Eileen's got some good advice. Otla's talking about being trans and how she's worried that her mum's not going to accept it. She says she will love me no matter what, but I have to understand that she will never use my pronouns or want me to be trans. Eileen says my mum has a few queer kids too, and she's not very progressive either. She makes it. Sorry, I'm going to continue with Eileen's just so that it makes sense altogether. So you got to step up your game. The sooner you get brave about this, the better it'll be for you. I don't blame you. This stuff is hard. But yeah, I agree with everyone. Like, the support is there for you. And I'm sure that your mum loves you, Otla. I mean, it's important to know that just because your mum isn't there yet in terms of acceptance of certain aspects of you, there are other aspects of you that she completely accepts. And it's important not to confuse her not necessarily accepting that part of you right now with whether she loves you or not. Because it sounds like she absolutely, like she adores you. It's just obviously hard for her to accept something which must seem strange and alien to her. I guess you might not have dealt with it much before. But know that there are lots of people who love you exactly the way you are and want you to be happy. And I hope that she'll come round, you know? I wouldn't say she will never accept you. I think when she sees other people accepting you, that might make her think twice about how she acts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Elaine says if you're constantly sacrificing pieces of yourself to make others happy, you'll eventually end up with nothing left. Which is true. And Elaine says, yeah, my mum is homophobic but also loves her kids.
That's interesting.
Just because someone is small-minded in that regard does not mean they don't love you.
Yeah.
Love is a very complicated thing.
Nowadays, whenever she slips some homophobic comment, we just call her out and make fun of her.
I mean, for example, you guys don't like or accept as much the homophobicness of your parents, but you still love them.
That's true, yeah. The key is love and acceptance.
I don't know how to draw pianos. This is a piano. Let's just say that's a piano he's playing.
This is a piano, all about how.
Piano. I think that's her just trying to reassure you when she tells you that she loves you over and over. Because she has things that she's worried will make you feel like she doesn't, maybe. And she wants to make sure you know.
Sorry, the expression, you know how much I love you, question or statement thing, just made it remind me of Star Wars. I love you. I know. I know.
I guess another important thing though is that we really don't know your situation too well, even though you're explaining it to us. Understand that any advice that we give only knowing a certain
amount of information.
Yeah, so you got to do what feels right for you out there as well. Because only you know. You know, you'll have a feeling about whether something is a good idea or not. I'd say trust your gut. But I'd also say that I think Elaine's encouragement to be brave is a good thing. I think one of the main regrets that people tend to have is that they cared too much about what people thought early on, rather than just being themselves despite what people think. If you feel constricted to act a certain way because one person or another doesn't accept you, you can end up later in life wishing that you just had the confidence to be yourself from the beginning.
I think it says a friend of mine has the most manipulative mom I've ever seen, lol. And now my friend just got to the point where she calmly points it out and completely shuts her down when her mum tries. So it's just so great, and the relationship is actually moving forward from this.
That's really cool. And out there, no, you should never put up with abuse. Like I said, like, love is a complicated thing, and you can love someone but still hurt them. So trying to find healthy ways to show you what she's doing and that you know what she's doing is probably a good thing. Because I don't think she'll actually want to hurt you. I think she just wants her way, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids, I agree. Like, if it's toxic and irreparable, then just getting away, getting some space is good. Like, getting away doesn't mean that you lose that person forever. But, for example, you going to college and everything, and moving away from home, it's going to be a big step for you in terms of finding other people who accept you. And it might give your parents a perspective.
Yeah, like, it's unfair to emotionally hold someone to ransom like that. Like, it's not like it's actions, it's like it's who you are. And expecting someone to change just because it upsets another person is like, that's damaging and harmful. Like, she has no responsibility to treat you with the respect that we all deserve.
I also think you have a good instinct for what's right and what isn't out there. Again, I think when you get away, you'll become more sure of yourself again. A lot of our lives is who we live with and where we are. And that makes more of an impact on us than I think we realise. That's why it's important to be alone sometimes. There are people who seem to bounce from relationship to relationship, and they never spend time with themselves, getting to know who they are when they're not with someone. And that can be hard because I think a lot of the time you change depending on who you're with. And that's not a bad thing, it's just something that happens depending on your company and your location. But I think that happens more than people think.
I think it's just that adaptive behavior thing. Like, you become the thing that is either easy or for you. Like, path of least resistance can often change your behavior, like, unintentionally. But like, moment to moment, that's your life. If you're changing in those moments.
Yeah, I think that's why it's important to make sure you're not living with a lot of people who are very negative all the time, or lazy, or don't want to do anything motivational or creative, just want to sit around and complain. Because that will drag you down, your mood down. If you live with positive go-getters, then it's very inspirational, and you can be pushed forward from that.
Yeah.
I think of it like being in a studio and finding it easy to work when you're in that space because everyone else is working too.
Congratulations, Matthew. They got an offer from the Ulster animation course last week.
Hey, congratulations, that's amazing. Well done.
When do you start college, Ollie?
Because you don't have to deal with this for a lot longer if you're going to go to college. In which case, the conflict is something you might not have to face. But if you do run into it in the future, or in a situation where you can't escape it, I think people get to a point where they have to face the conflict because it's something they care about. And they know that it's either fight for it and have a chance of winning, or just submit to this constantly.
Mm-hmm. September.
I have no chance in the interview. What did you do, Matthew? I suppose you just had to stand the entire time.
Did you tell stand-up jokes?
Ella, have you thought about maybe making a film, like an animation, to show how you feel?
Yeah, you could do that over the summer.
It can be cathartic for you in terms of releasing that tension and be able to get your feelings out onto paper. And also, if you did want to make something that, like, is an allegory for or talks about the difficulty of being trans and the pressure to conform, then seeing that film might actually help your parents to understand a little bit. I mean, we're visual communicators and we're artists and visual people, so use your superpowers, use your strength. You know, rather than tackling it in ways that make you feel uncomfortable, tackle it using the best weapon you have. Doig, do tell stand-up jokes, unrelenting, deafening silence. After you said I stood down and showed my portfolio and it felt like I was doing a presentation. That sounds like it's a lot of pressure. I would be very nervous.
This could probably be written more eloquently.
What do you mean?
I could rephrase this, but it's the changing of who and what in a sentence. People are so caught up in what you are and who you do to realize what really matters is who you are and what you do.
I remember you saying that before.
Yeah.
So who said it originally?
Me. I just haven't.
I thought
come up
the
with...
first time you said it, you were like, someone said.
Yeah, I said this is a quote. It wasn't a quote from me. Unless I've like.
I think I've heard
grabbed
that
it from
before.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But it's a good quote.
Look, it doesn't matter to anyone other than the person, the individual themselves. They're just a person, or not just a person. They're like, you're a person. Do you? Be you? Be cool.
Be cool, bruh.
Nothing else should matter.
That chat's so cool. Thank you guys for all supporting one another and just being awesome people.
Yeah, I like how our chat isn't a toxic environment at all.
No, because everyone here is just super nice. I think everyone here has been through the ringer a bit themselves.
Yeah, if you choose art, it's not the easiest pursuit.
Oh, I've heard new automata is it's really good.
Automato.
It's one I'd really like to play myself. Savio also wants to play it, by the looks of it.
Yeah. I want to have a go of it. It looks fun.
Oh, tomato.
Oh, like Chris said, you get the community you deserve.
I don't feel like we've done anything to deserve it. But you guys are awesome. Oh, Aline, it's all you guys. It's all you guys. We just do the stream, but you guys come and hang out and chat and support one another. And us, which is amazing. Thank you.
I like that though. You get the community you deserve.
I know. I see some YouTube channels that are really big, and half the people like in the chat commenting are just like being so mean to the people who are doing the video. Like someone posts up a video where it's like they've obviously spent hours writing a script and putting stuff together, and the comment will just be like, "You look like shit." It's like, what? Why? Why?
Yeah.
So mean.
I think people.
I mean, it's fine, but
people act out of boredom or.
I think the bigger you get on YouTube, the more you get exposed to that kind of audience where people can be super mean for really no reason.
I think a lot of it is envy. Like the bigger you get, the more people can aspire to whatever level that is, and the higher the aspiration, the more inherent like just wishing you were in that place, and that wish can turn dark.
Yeah, there's a lot of jealousy and envy. The same thing happens with artists, I think, where there's a dark place artists go when they're first learning art, where they see someone else's art who they like, and rather than get inspired by it, they get jealous of it. And then they can try and tear the other artists down just because they are jealous they won't be as good, which is a very insecure thing to do. Like, you get to a point, hopefully fairly quickly, where you realise that loving someone's art and supporting it and appreciating it is much, much more fulfilling.
Yeah. And
to see what you can learn from it, you know, will push you forward much faster than
I think
being bitter about it.
There's a lot of unintentional projections of insecurities that people like bounce onto other people. Like if they see someone pursuing something that they themselves wanted to pursue, but were too afraid to do so, they'll push that fear. Like, are you sure you want to go into that? Like I've heard that's really difficult to do. That kind of hesitancy that they'll be like, are you sure? Because they weren't sure and they chose a different path, and they want you to choose a different path so it justifies the path that they chose. No, it's not always the case, but that feeling of like, are you certain? Because I wasn't. But they don't think that in their heads. They're just like trying to give you advice, but it's advice that they've had to.
I guess that's the thing is the sad fact about humans is a lot of the time the way that they treat you is down to how they feel about themselves.
Yeah, that's why people who are similar to you and have something that you dislike about yourself, it's almost like annoy you, but over the fact of what they're doing. Like they annoy you past you've already annoyed yourself so much with that one thing.
Well, you're annoyed at yourself more than them. You're annoyed that they're displaying the trait that you have that you don't like about yourself.
Yeah. So it's like, stop forcing me to see myself. No.
But yeah, like the way that people act is often more of a reflection on themselves than it's on you. So you can learn a lot about people by turning what they say inwards on them and considering what that means about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel, I won't say the name, pretty popular among beginners who advertise their real animation course by belittling other animators and artists on the platform. With words like, you'll stay in the kids' playground with those tutorials, etc., and I hate it so much. I hate that too.
Yeah.
And you can infer whatever you want about me from me saying that, but yeah, I hate that. I really dislike it when people push themselves forward by pushing other people down.
Yeah.
Rather than pushing themselves up. Like, rather than saying, my tutorials are going to be really good because I'm going to try and focus on this, and I think it's really important to prioritize this, and I've worked really hard on them, and I'm going to try and show you guys like what I know in a way which is really useful to you. Like, rather than saying that, which is pushing themselves up, they'll say, my tutorials are better than this person's tutorials, which are stupid because of this.
Yeah, it's
and
like...
you see that a lot in politics, is Donald Trump is someone who pushes himself up by pushing others down.
Yeah.
Rather than focusing on what he can do well, he focuses on what everyone before him did badly. And it's like, well, that's not telling me what's going to be better about you.
Yeah, it's
that's
like...
just throwing shade at other people.
If you're lowering the bar...
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do.
It's like, I'm going to do it better than them because they were rubbish. It's like, well, if they were rubbish, then you can't be that much better than them.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can't be that good if your bar to jump over
like
is in such low opinion.
Yeah, but that's a perfect way to put it, Mike. 100% right. It's lowering the bar, and I'm not saying that it's about winning because it's not. But one of my favourite phrases is, you become the best by beating the best. And I think people are scared to go up against things that they think are going to be hard to match. But I think you learn and become so much more by doing that and holding yourself to a higher standard than trying to bring the standard of everything else down.
Yeah. There was someone who did a video talking about animation. And they openly say that they themselves don't really animate, but their videos are animated in the kind of their what was it? What's the kind of animation? Like limited animation. Like they had a character, all that sort of thing. It's like, well, you are animating, so gotcha. And they were doing an animation analysis video, and India noticed that one aspect of the video they were using like a technical term incorrectly. So she emailed the person to like let them know.
I wouldn't normally do this, by the way. It's just that the channel had a lot of views on it, and it was telling beginners how to do stuff, and the information would have sent them down the wrong path of like it would have caused them a lot of problems when they came to animating because it was like bad information.
So yeah, you try to let them know like, oh, I think you're misusing this, and like this is what it means, sort of thing. And the response of the person was like, oh, I'm not an animator. I use that way because it's easy for me to do this sort of thing. And it's like you couldn't comprehend that the person didn't want to learn the correct, didn't want to learn like didn't want to learn, I think is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh yeah, like I always want to improve what I'm doing. So if someone gives me a piece of feedback or advice, I try and take it on board as best I can and learn from it. I can't comprehend being told. I think the thing is that they said because I'm not an animator, I'm not interested in learning the proper definitions for things. I don't think it matters.
That kind of sort of.
And it's like, well, it does matter because you're literally making this video telling people, beginners, about animation.
Yeah.
So it very much matters in this video what terms you use because people are learning from this video how to do it.
Yeah. So if you spread misinformation like that.
So if you're pitching a video as teaching people how to do it, you should make sure you're using the correct terminology so that they don't get confused.
Yeah, you don't want to create bad habits for people.
Yeah, like you should care about the information you're putting forward, even if you're not an animator, because you're doing a video about animation and telling people this is how you learn. But anyway, I think that is throwing shade on other people, Mike. So, like.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
What was your point with it?
I'm trying to remember what it linked up with.
We were talking about that dude that Hardick Salty Churros from where he was throwing other people under the bus?
Yeah. I think it was along the lines of thinking yourself better than you perhaps are, so you're in a more informed position, and then not being too stubborn to...
Or being close to information, essentially.
Yeah.
Or close to improvement. Yeah. It's never good to be close to improvement, I don't think. Even the best animator still has stuff to learn.
Hey, Walter.
Oh yeah, beatbox is super awesome. And hello, Walter. Hello. We should head off ski.
Yeah, good practice.
I've got a few ideas about framing the animation though, which has been fun. I think I need to push these compositions and stuff a little bit more to make them more interesting. I think I can do more with them than what I'm doing at the minute, essentially. Yeah, we're gonna come and feed you in a sec.
Okay.
Get some really wild and wacky compositions in there, I think. And see how they look. Get some low and high angles.
Yeah.
Everything's very side on.
I mean, flat staging can heighten comedy, but...
Yeah. Exactly, for the comedy moments, I'll probably stick with the straight on. Look. Oh. But until then, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
It's been some good chats.
This Tuesday morning?
It is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Elaine loves Trumpet Cat.
Hello.
Like, you should be done streaming now. Come on.
Alright, we're gonna go and give us some food.
And may the rest
of your day
with
adventure. Bye-bye.
Bye now.